Right guys, this is the stage one of putting our controllers together. So you can see at the moment I've got 3 potentiometers. I've already screwed them in place with the nut on top into that 7mm hole. Notice the orientation of the little piece on the side to make sure that I've got the little prongs in the position that I want them to be in. But what I'm going to do here, so if you've just got it flat, you don't need to worry about this stage, but to start off with, we need to get these pieces in place. And there's a really easy way to get our, if you design them the way we need to, our captive nuts here to be able to get that perpendicular piece. So I'm going to just put it on just slightly on each of those. And the other nut there. Now, I'm using a 12mm bolt here so that I can slide that in place and then pull that across. So from there I can then tighten that up. So if you use too short a one, you won't be able to do that, and that's a bit of a fiddle to try and get that in place. But that's now held in place, that's good, and then I'm going to repeat the same on the other side. So I'm going to go through, make sure I've got it set the right way, slide the bolt with the 2 of the flat edges through, and then push it through and then tighten him up. Okay, so then I've got everything in place. Now, the first stage of getting this where I need it to be is mapping out where I need my wires to go through. So to do that, what I've looked at is I've got my little prongs I need to attach everything to. So I've got some components that I need to add on. So I've got some 0.1 microfarad capacitors to be able to attach to my potentiometers just to help smooth it out a little bit. And I've got 10k ohm resistors to be able to attach to one side of my buttons to make sure I've got a nice clear high or a low signal coming out of my digital buttons. So what I've looked at is I've got my ground going on the low side so that when I'm all the way forward, that's going to be in theory my 0 so that I can go through the other way. So same deal, I've just worked out that I've got my positive on that side and negative, and then positive on the low side and negative, with my signal, which we're going to be the last stage, in the middle. So I need to do the same thing over here. So if I've got that all the way over this way, I want that to be my low and that to be my high, because I'm going to use that for my rotation, so 0 to 180. So I want to have my 5V over here and my ground on that side. So I'm going to be doing my positive side first. So I need to go from here to here, over to that one, and then through one of those sides there with my all my wires coming out over here. I've got 2 holes for a zip tie to be able to go through. So what I need to be able to have attached at the end of this is my little strip of wires. So I have 7, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my 2 ground and positive. So I need 7 wires in that little strand. So making it nice and easy on myself, I'm going to use the DuPont connectors because we're going to go into our breadboard and they're already all together. So these guys need to be attached over here. So we're going to start going through there. So at the moment, I'm just going to stretch these guys out so that they are ready to be attached in. Okay, so then that last one that we go from here is going to attach into this guy here. So he'll be attached on there and be able to go through from there. So I've got that mapped out, but before I start working on that one, I need to get my capacitors and resistors in place. So the way I'm going to go about that is these capacitors are little ceramic ones, and they don't have a positive or a negative. They are what we call non-polarized. And where I want this guy is he's going to be sitting in there in there on each of my resistors, or my potentiometers. So I want to be able to solder the legs across my positive and negative there, so that I can get that set in. So I'm got my heating up here. Once he gets up to temperature, I'm just going to add some heat to that, and then add a little bit of solder on each of those legs, and then repeat that for each of my potentiometers and capacitors. So I've got my fan going, I've got my safety glasses on, and there we go. So just a little bit on, so you get that balanced heat across, and it soaks in, and then repeat on the other leg. Okay, so it should look a nice little volcano, and then line up to be able to repeat for the next one. So that one there, let's grab this guy here. Okay, so same deal. I'm going to line those legs up so that they go from positive to negative. So remember that capacitors just hold a little bit of charge and then release it when there's a fluctuation, or hold it when it's high. So they're sitting there. What I need to do next is just a little bit of solder on each of those legs. So add heat, add a bit of solder, and we should see that then draw in once that temperature gets balanced across. Add heat, and then it draws in. So that's nicely in place. He is ready to go. Let's do that last one now. Alright, so then lucky last, this guy goes through. Let's get that back in focus. It's going to go into each of those little holes. Sitting in place. To be able to get that little bit of solder. So add heat, add solder, it draws in, happy days. Add heat, a little bit of solder, and he goes through. Okay, remember to make sure that your tip stays shiny, and when it's sitting there, just a little bit of solder to help so it doesn't oxidize. So that is my capacitors in place. Then we can move them a little bit away so that they're not touching, and they can just chill there now. They're going to do their job. So the next piece I need is my resistors. So over here for my buttons, what I'm going to have is one of these legs is going to be my positive, and the other side is going to be my negative, with the on one side of the resistor, and my signal coming closer to the button. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. So what I'll do here is I'm going to thread him through the little hole, and then bring that up a little bit away, and then almost twist that around. So by putting that in place, I'm just going to solder him there, so that I've got my little tail on one side. Let's get that hold in. So I've got my tail on one side for my signal, and then my ground wire is going to come through over here. So let's get that in place. So I'm just going to hold him straight out so that I can get a resistor and then the heat shrink neatly over the top of that. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to add my heat, add a little bit of solder to that joint there, and then that's fantastic. What I need to do next is then just grab a little bit of my heat shrink. So I've got the 3mm and the 2mm. I'm going to use a little bit of the 3mm just so I can make sure I can get neatly over that. So I want to have it so it covers right down to the end of that leg and just up to slightly covering the resistor. Because the more we move the solid core, okay, that's way over the resistor. So he's going to sit on there, and then I can't measure very well, can I? Let's bring him down a little bit further. So he'll sit there, so he's over the resistor, and we've got nice security through there. I'm going to do that with the second one, and then I'll go grab the heat gun and heat that in place so it stays where we need it to be. So through that hole, a little bit of space there. I'm just going to give him a little twist around. Yeah, hold him in place. So we've got length there. Hold him straight out. Okay, that looks good. Add a almost looks good. Alright. Add your heat, add your solder. And then he draws in nicely. Okay, so then that's in place. I can cut a little bit less this time of my heat shrink to be able to then slide over the top of him. So then that's in place, and then I've got my nice little tail ready for the other one, and we're good to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab the heat gun so I can put that heat shrink in place. Okay, so I've got the heat gun, and all I'm going to do is add heat directly to that until they start shrinking, and then stop. Perfect, because we can overheat and melt the plastic, but we can see I've got that in place. I've got my little tails ready to go. So the next video we're going to go through starting to attach our 5-volt connections through. We've got our capacitors and our resistors in place, ready for the next step.